more, including upcoming events, by clicking the small town Taylorville icon at TaylorvilleDailyNews.com. Prevent early nursing home placement. Rent one of the catered care suites at Taylorville Estates Assisted Living. Immediate placement is now available. Find out more by clicking their icon at TaylorvilleDailyNews.com.
Well, I thought I hit all the right buttons, and I'm one button short of a full load. So we'll just continue on here, and and the folks from U of I Extension sitting across from me are going, "Are you flipping kidding me?" Let's do this. Okay, now I think I've got everything going. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to another segment of the WTIM morning show with our live video stream, which I'm pretty sure is working, co-sponsored by People's Bank of Trust, where they put people first in Landmark of Taylorville, where you always do better at Landmark. And this morning we are privileged to have in studio with us Sarah Martin, who is the 4-H Youth Development Director for a whole bunch of counties.
Yeah, Christian, Jersey, Macoupin, and Montgomery.
All right. And sitting alongside her, for those of you watching, it's to Sarah's left. So it's the person in the middle of the screen, I guess on the left of your screens, Amanda Cunningham. She's Christian County 4-H coordinator, and she is in her second week. And first of all, welcome to Christian County 4-H Extension. And what's it like week number 2?
They're all afraid to scare me, and I'm doing really well with that. Now, I'm not too scared, so
yeah,
that's a good thing.
Every so often we'll come in and be like, no, I don't want to overwhelm you with information. And she's like, I'm good. So, I mean, and we all know 4-H and Extension has a lot of stuff going on. I mean, at different times of year. So she's had a lot to experience in her first 2 weeks. We're happy to have her.
Well, and as we talked off air, Extension 4-H with Extension is the biggest touch that Extension has in Christian County. 4-H is the biggest touch because it involves so many kids. How are you adjusting, figuring out? Give us a little bit of your background to bring you into this position.
Well, I'm native of Ramsey, which is in Fayette County. I will be shortly moving to Oconee, which lands in Shelby, which is a little closer. But I went to high school in Ramsey. I was a part of 4-H, not 4-H, but FFA. And I ended up being an officer my senior year. I was the treasurer. And so I got to do a lot of the showing events and things like that, and judging. But I also went to Lakeland College for ag business. So I've done a little bit on the agricultural side there. Now I'm married and have 3 kids. So there's the kids. So I have a little bit of experience with that, but I am looking forward to it because my husband was in 4-H. I got to go along with him for certain things too. So he showed livestock. So we got to have a lot of fun. So I have a little idea about how it works, but I'm anxious to learn more as I go.
Sure. And Amanda, that background will serve you very, very well. Sarah, how has Amanda adjusted in her position with that ag background that she brings to the table?
Amazing. So like I said, she's really hit the ground running, and especially this time of year, like the big looming thing in the next few months is the fair. So she's slowly been trying to get some of that stuff settled. We have programs still going on, but the background in ag that she has, as well as just the rounded experience in the communities and different things, will serve her really well. We're excited for everybody, our volunteers and members, to meet her over the summer. She's already got to meet a few of our members at some programs and stuff, so we're really excited.
That's great. Sarah Martin, our guest, a 4-H youth development educator, as well as Amanda Cunningham with the Christian County 4-H. She is the 4-H coordinator in her second week. Let's jump into the pool and talk about some things here. And you brought a host of things with you. And let's first of all talk about the 4-H Healthcare Appreciation Workshop that happened earlier this week. How was the turnout? How did the event go?
Really good. I'll talk a little bit about it. Amanda
Okay.
was actually there. One of her first kind of events she held, but it is Nurse Appreciation Week this week. So over the course of the past couple weeks and month, we've had collections of items for like a gift basket or an appreciation basket. And then on Tuesday night, is that right? I'm trying to remember. Yeah, Tuesday evening, some of our teen leaders, our youth leadership team, as well as some other 4-H members came together, packaged the baskets, wrote some cards and some, sentiments to send to the nurses, and we're going to drop those off later today.
That's wonderful. Is that the first time that U of I Extension's done that?
Yes, we try to do, community service is a big pillar of ours. So we do a lot of like appreciation gifts. We've done teacher appreciation, donations to different things. We probably have, we've donated blankets and things to hospitals before, but to my memory, we haven't really done a basket like this in recent memory.
That's cool. That's cool. Now, these baskets, how are they delivered? What folks end up getting them?
So, and Amanda might be able to talk about it. We kind of divided it up in different locations. I know we're going to deliver to Taylorville, Pana. I don't know if there's other hospitals.
We talked with the kids and we kind of left it up to the kids, the youth leaders, to decide where they go. So we got a hold of the foundation at Memorial here in town, and then we also got a hold of the foundation at Pana Hospital, and we're gonna give them baskets, and they're gonna divvy it out accordingly to their staff because they know who's in most need.
Mm-hmm.
That's a great way to deliver those, because both of those foundations are very active in their communities.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Yeah, that's wonderful, and a wonderful way of honoring healthcare professionals, and they've had a rough time the last 3 years.
Yes, I was going to say,
Definitely
a way to appreciate them for everything they do, but especially just some of the ups and downs they've had over the past few years. Absolutely.
Yeah, very much so. We're visiting with Amanda Cunningham, 4-H coordinator for Christian County, and Sarah Martin, the 4-H youth development director for the area, here on the WTIM morning show. Let's jump in the pool, as it were, or jump on the beach. I'm trying to do a transition here.
Yeah.
Summer science on the beach. Are we actually going to a beach?
I wish our budget would allow us all to take a vacation to the beach. I'd be the first one to sign up for that. But we're going to try to bring the beach as much as possible to Christian County and Jersey and all of our surrounding counties. Every summer we do a science workshop or a science day camp, and they go over extremely well. The topics change every year, but we always have a great turnout. So this year we're putting a spin on it about the beach. So we're going to learn some science behind sand. We're going to look at sand under a microscope. We'll talk about water. We'll do solar activities, the solar oven, learn about UV. So lots of different beach type theme stuff to talk about science.
Mm-hmm. Let's talk about age of participants. And I understand there's a morning and afternoon session. Can they attend either or both?
Yeah. So it's the age is open to 8 to 18. So it's a wide variety. You do not have to be in 4-H. In fact, it's great if you're not in 4-H and want to come. This is a great activity to get you exposed to the programs and different things. It's a 2-hour session, and it will be the same in the morning and the afternoon. So if you come to the morning or come to the afternoon, it's all the same content. The Christian County date is Wednesday, June 28th. But we're hosting the same workshops in our other counties, Montgomery, Macoupin, and Jersey, if you can't make it to the Taylorville location.
So if you're listening to us in one of those other counties,
Yes.
get a hold of your extension office in your county, and away you go.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Absolutely.
All right. So are you going to have the kids wear their swim trunks and swimming outfits when they come? Or
We haven't thought through
you're going
that.
to have some
yet.
Beach Boys
I was
music in
going
the
to say,
background?
we haven't thought through that. We'll probably have, like some sort of theme thing to it. But depending on how the weather is, I said it will probably be very hot, but we will see.
Yeah. Just have some sand dumped on the edge of the parking lot.
Yes.
and take your radio out there or a CD player and play some Beach Boys music.
That's right.
And you'll have a lot of fun.
That's right.
Yeah. Amanda, are you looking forward to going to the beach, as it were?
Yeah, I'm glad we're not getting quite as much sun. My skin pigment wouldn't quite take it.
That's right. You're a redhead, aren't you? Yeah. Redheads have a little more challenge with the sun, don't they?
Well, this is
Yeah.
artificial red,
Yeah.
but I'm a blonde, but I am of Irish descent. So I got my dad's skin color.
Okay.
That just gets red like a lobster.
Oh, all right. See, I didn't know this was going to morph into true confessions
know,
before
right?
the
Yeah.
before the interview was over. But the sun, you guys always have to protect your skin.
Oh, yeah.
But with the appropriate stuff.
And we'll talk a little bit about that, I think, at the camp about
That's smart.
UV and things.
Yeah,
So yeah,
because these kids will be going on vacation someplace, sometime,
absolutely.
hopefully this summer, and potentially to a place that does have a beach.
Right. Correct. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or in the sun and just, So
Yeah.
we're looking forward to it.
Yeah, cool. Well, we're going to, I keep talking about jumping into things. We're going to jump into the fair here on the other side of a timeout. And I think I figured out how to segment in and out. You wouldn't know I own this place, but we're figuring it out. You're listening to and watching the WTIM Morning Show with our live stream, co-sponsored by People's Bank and Trust, where they put people first, and Landmark of Taylorville, where you always do better at Landmark. More on the WTIM Morning Show coming up. WTIM. Randall J. Miller here, president of the Miller Media Group. I'm excited to offer Christian County businesses another way to attract customers and promote their brand. Our new 36 by 72-inch two-sided electronic sign will go live in front of our Park Street studios in Taylorville this summer. We're offering businesses the opportunity of promoting themselves to the over 11,200 vehicles a day that pass our studios. Reach out to your Miller Media Group account manager now to get on board with this digital electronic sign advertising opportunity.
This is Dwayne Wheeler, the police chief of the city of Taylorville. As a law enforcement officer, I've seen the impact that depression and suicide have on many people. Many times, those contemplating suicide endure considerable suffering and distress, but there is help. If you feel depressed or lonely, there are many resources to help you. You can call a trusted relative, friend, or minister, or call the Suicide Prevention Lifeline at 1-800-273-TALK. That is 1-800-273-TALK. All of us are here to help you. Thank you.
Rolling Meadows Senior Living in Taylorville invites you to make their home your home. Become part of the Rolling Meadows family. Applications for residency are now being accepted. Rolling Meadows offers seniors 62 and older a smoke-free facility with round-the-clock maintenance, controlled access, large kitchens with full-size appliances, on-site laundry facilities, complimentary Wi-Fi in common areas, and more. Call 217-287-2450 to schedule an appointment. Rolling Meadows is sponsored by Lutheran Social Services of Illinois and funded through the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development and Federal Home Bank of Chicago. Rolling Meadows is an equal housing opportunity provider.
At Central Illinois Outdoors with me, Jared White, we want you to be a part of the program as well via the Archer's Alley Catch of the Week. Each week, we'll select one of your pictures submitted at centralillinoisoutdoors.com and invite you to tell your story of the great outdoors. We're looking for your kid's first catch or even your first big buck. There's a simple, easy form you can fill out on your phone or computer at centralillinoisoutdoors.com. Send us your story, send us your pic. centralillinoisoutdoors.com and the Catch of the Week, brought to you by Archer's Alley, North 22nd Street in Decatur.
Author Robert Collier noted, "Success is the sum of small efforts repeated day in and day out." The class of 2021 has worked hard through high school and achieved the milestone of graduation. We hope they'll remember that daily perseverance is the key to reaching their goals. We're proud of the class of 2021 and wish them a bright future.
This salute is brought to you by Dairy Queen Grill and Chill in Pana and Nokomis, are proud of the class of 2021.
At People's Bank and Trust, they say you can bank on us to put your business first. Finally, you have a real banking partner to make sense of business lending. Find out how People's Bank and Trust's business bankers can serve you by clicking their icon at TaylorvilleDailyNews.com. Member FDIC.
Hi, this is Jeff Robinson from Advanced Title. Whether selling your home on your own or through your local realtor, please give us a call at 824-8007 for all your title work needs.
Your information station, WTIM.
Welcome to another segment of the WTIM Morning Show. We finally put the train back on the track, haven't we? With our live video stream co-sponsored by People's Bank and Trust, where they put people first, and Landmark of Taylorville, where you always do better at Landmark. My guinea pigs this morning to attempt to run the morning show are Amanda Cunningham, Christian County 4-H coordinator, and her second week. Boy, are you getting some indoctrination today. And Sarah Martin, the 4-H youth development educator. And we were talking off air about the fair, and there's so many different rabbit trails we can go in talking about the fair, but let's talk about the 4-H portion, because that, to me, as we said off air, is the most important. It touches so many 4-H kids' lives and parents and family members and that sort of thing. Amanda, I know you're going to be involved in this very heavily. What is your involvement from the 4-H perspective as we head towards and be in this year's Christian County Ag Fair?
I'm going to be there to make sure everything kind of keeps going and staying on the tracks, so to speak, and answering questions. I'll be around working. I'm still a little fresh on my description, what exactly I'm going to be doing, but I'm going to be there making sure things are going the way they should and these kids are having fun. That's the most important part.
Very much so. There's in about 6-point type in your job description at the very bottom, it said other duties as assigned. That meant the fair,
Yes.
by the
Yes,
way.
absolutely.
Because I know, Sarah, I've seen past 4-H educators, and they're all passionate about the fair and they put their heart and soul into it because it's about kids.
Absolutely. And yeah, we joke about that. The other duties is assigned really is like, sometimes it's, staying late or coming early just to make sure those details are worked out. Because the fair is, we call it our culminating event or our culminating experience of their entire 4-H career, 4-H year, excuse me. So, we kind of try to make it that pinnacle of like, okay, what have you learned? Exhibit what you've learned. What, are you proud of? Exhibit what you're proud of. So and it's, where almost all of our members are together at one time. We see all of them, some of them we don't get to see until the fair. So it's always a fun time of year. It's stressful and it's long weeks and hot and busy and all that, but it's a good time.
Yeah, very much so. Amanda, have you been given an outline in terms of, okay, this happens this time, or you have to be here at a certain time to accept certain entries or exhibits, that sort of thing?
I do have my schedule still, and I know I'm going to be very tied up that whole week, pretty much all day, all week. So I'm prepared to be very, very, very busy. My kids are going to be spending a lot of time with their grandparents that week.
Yeah, very true. Very true. Let's review that schedule because I know you got it in front of you.
See, first thing we're going to have, which granted, this is our unit horse show that it takes place in Gillespie. That's on June 10th. Check-in is at 9 a.m. Show begins at 10. And then we're going to have our food and nutrition and clothing show. It's going to be July 13th. It's going to be at our office. Judging is at 4 p.m. Check-in times are to be scheduled now, later date. General show is going to be Monday, July 17th at the fairgrounds. Judging begins at 9 a.m. Check-in is also to be determined. Our cat show is on Monday, July 17th at the fairgrounds. Check-in is at 1:45 p.m. Judging begins at 2 p.m. Dog show is on Monday, also July 17th at the fairgrounds. Check-ins at 2:15. Judging will begin at 2:30. Rabbit shows are also Monday, July 17th, fairground. Check-in at 2:45. Judging begins at 3. And our poultry is at Monday, the 17th at the fairgrounds. Check-in is at 3:15. Sorry. Judging begins at 3:30. And then our livestock shows, that will be on Wednesday, the 19th. Beef will be at 8 a.m. Swine show 30 minutes after. And then sheep 30 minutes after. Swine, goat will be 30 minutes after sheep. And then master showmanship will be 30 minutes after the goat show.
And I will jump in and say, like, those livestock show dates and times have been adjusted since last year. So we are moving some of those shows around to accommodate, different schedules and things. So just make sure you're aware.
Okay.
Swine usually goes first, but this year beef is going to go first.
Okay. Right. That's a good thing to point out. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Amanda, you can continue on the schedule there.
And then we will have the auction on Thursday, July the 20th at 6 p.m. at the fairgrounds.
Okay. All right. Wow. That's and think of the preparation not only on your end, but think of the preparation on those 4-H exhibitors end.
Yes.
Doesn't matter whether it's a bouquet of flowers or a plate of 3 cookies or an animal. All of that has to culminate at the fair. That's a lot of work.
Oh yeah. Yeah. And I was like, it's all like kind of jammed into that 3 or 4 or 5 day period. But yeah, we have kids that, bake cookies and come and exhibit a dress, and then they bring their animal, and so they are very busy. And our volunteers, we cannot thank them enough for getting pins set up and getting tables set up and judging and helping us do all that. So it's a team effort, a community effort, but it's important.
Very much so. About 30 seconds left. And Sarah, you hit on something, and just give me a real quick comment on the importance of volunteers. How many do you have? How important are they to run the 4-H program?
I always struggle saying that. I mean, like, we have probably 50 or so like registered volunteers, our club leaders, but I cannot count the volunteers we have that just spend an hour or two getting the fair prepped or coming and helping with the program. Like any community support or volunteerism we have, like that's what makes our program successful. We can't do 4-H without our volunteers.
Very much so. Yep. That's Sarah Martin, 4-H Youth Development Director, and Amanda Cunningham, Christian County 4-H Coordinator, on this segment of the WTIM Morning Show.
WTIM.
We are coming up on 9:30, and news from SRN on WTIM.